Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Football. It's Champions League time. Just over an hour to the Champions League match day 2 fantasy deadline. If you're here already, thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. If you're watching it on repeat, I'm pretty sure the deadline would have passed by then, but if you're watching it on repeat and you would find out the decisions I made, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe. I'll really, really appreciate it. So how's my match day team looking? How's your match day team 2 looking? I've put up a poll in the chat right now. Make sure to check it out. The question I'm asking today is, are you guys playing any chips this match week? Are you playing your wildcard? Are you playing your limitless chip, or are you holding to your chips for match day 3, match day 4 in the future match week? So for me, I've really had to play my limitless chip, being forced to, basically. How the hell do I have 7 injuries in my team after match day 1? Really? That is not ideal. So I've had to play my limitless chip. That team on screen right now is not my final team. I'm waiting to see Ajax squad for the day and also Inter Milan squad, because I really want Benzema in that team. So I'm really I'm still going to make like a couple of changes, maybe with your help. So let me see who's already here. Daniel says, can't wait. Thank you for being here, man. Jvu, hope I'm saying your name right, says, hello, how are you, man? Relaxing Central, hey, man, hope you're well. Georgie, hi, how are you? I seen you last time. Thank you for being here again. What formation do you think is best for Limitless? I mean, the thing with Champions League is that you can always sub players from the bench. So it doesn't really matter which formation you're playing. You might end up playing a 4-2, a 4-4-2. You might end up playing with 5 defenders, depending on who does well. But for me, as you can see, I'm starting with the 3-4-3. If all of those players do well, I'm sticking with the same. I'm not going to change anything. But if let's say, let me show you the bench. If one of those players, like let's say Bellingham, doesn't do well, I'll bring in Gosens and I'll have a back 4. If Haller doesn't do well, I'll bring in Gnabry and I'll have 5 midfielders instead of 4. So it really just depends on who does well. Make sure to have a strong bench. So you have the limitless chip. You can spend as much money as you want. So make sure to have the a good bench, basically, and try to balance it out. Try to have some players playing on Tuesday and some players playing on Wednesday. The players on my bench are all playing on Wednesday. All of them are playing on Wednesday. Gosens, Gnabry, Kimmich, all of them are playing on Wednesday. So make sure to at least balance it out. But if you want for me to answer your question directly, if there are no subs or anything, I'd say 3-4-3. I'd stick with the 3-4-3, basically. So let me see. I activated my limitless. Was it just like a weird decision or a decision from nowhere? Did you have like a reason of activating it? Did you have injuries or anything like that in your team? For me, I really had injuries. That's why I had to bring that team on. What's your opinion about Benzema? I like Benzema. The thing is, I'm not sure he's going to start. I mean, it's Sheriff. He's been playing very well with Vinicius this season. Hazard is also back in the team. They've been playing really well. Got that win against Valencia later on last time out. Got another late win against Inter Milan last time out. Benzema is a player I really want in my team. If he starts in that game against Sheriff, you can expect a hat-trick. I'm not even kidding you. If he starts in that game, you can expect a hat-trick from him. So I think he's a really, really good option. But is he really going to start? I'm not sure. And with the limitless chip, if you're not playing any chips, if you're like making just transfers, it's okay to transfer him in. But if you're using your limitless chip, when I'm using that chip, I really need like 80 plus points. So I do not want to start Benzema and then he does not play a minute, and then see Lewandowski scoring 4 goals, for example, against Dynamo KIEV. That is what I'm trying to avoid. So I think Benzema is a good option. If he's starting 100%, you have to have him in. But we don't know that. I wish he was playing on the Tuesday. As the first kickoff. That's the only problem we have. He's not playing the first game. So I think it's a good option, though. And I think Vinicius will definitely play, though. I think Vinicius and Camavinga will play. So Benzema could be rested, but we have to wait and see. Should I take the risk and choose Benzema? That's what I'm going to do myself. That's final. That's not the final team on screen. I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring in Benzema. I really want Benzema in this match week to the point that I'm even thinking of taking out Ronaldo. That's how much I really want Benzema this week. That's how much I really want Benzema this week because of that fixture against Sheriff. I mean, Sheriff are first timers, man. Sheriff are first timers. I also saw Georgie saying about Jovic. I don't know, he could play because they have Sheriff, but I think Benzema could still start. I think Benzema would want to start anyway. Those guys always want to break records, the Ronaldos, the Benzemas. HBY says, when should I use my Limitless chip or wildcard chip? Limitless chip, I did a whole video on that, whether it's somewhere on the channel. I'll put the link for you. For me, Limitless chip week 3 or week 4. That was my plan. But from my team from last week, from the last match week, I had Mount. He picked up an injury. I had Gundogan from City. He picked up an injury. I had one Bissaka. He picked up a red card. I even had Van der Beek. Obviously, not play again for United, maybe. I had Haaland, who's also picked up an injury. I had literally 6 to 7 players who are going to miss match day 2. So I've been forced to play the Limitless chip. Basically, I've been forced to play it. But the plan was to play the Limitless chip in match day 3 or match day 4. Because the fixtures in match day 3 and 4 are the same teams playing each other, just home and away. So I was really targeting match day 3. That's because City will have a good fixture against Club Brugge. PSG will have a fixture against Leipzig. Juventus will have a fixture against Zenit. Chelsea will have a fixture against Malmo. I was targeting all of those teams in match day 3 and match day 4. That's when I would play my Limitless chip. My wildcard chip, I mean, I could tell you match day 4 or 5, but you get so many injuries in match day 1 and you're having to play it in match day 2. But if everything goes according to plan in your team, I'd say maybe match day 4 or 5. That's when I play it. The thing with the Limitless chip, though, I think you have to play it before the group stage ends. I think playing it after the group stage is a bit risky when Bayern is playing against PSG, Chelsea is playing against City. I want these teams facing Sheriff. No disrespect to these teams. I want these teams facing United. Not United. United are not that bad. Not United. Playing at home to Atalanta, a team that loves conceding goals, for example, high-scoring games and all that. So I want when they're facing weaker oppositions, especially. What is your bench? Let me show you guys my full team now. Let me show you guys my full team. So let me do this. So this is how my team is looking for in terms of the Limitless chip. Courtois, I have Courtois and Ter Stegen as the goalkeepers. Barcelona play on the Wednesday. Real Madrid play today. So if Courtois doesn't keep a clean sheet, I can just bring in Ter Stegen. I had Trent Alexander-Arnold of Liverpool there, but since he's a doubt, I've brought in Skriniar. Skriniar's already scored 2 goals for Inter Milan this season, so I've brought him in. Mounier is also in as defensive cover against Sporting. He also loves bombing forward. I think I saw him scoring or assisting for Belgium during the international break. I also have Alba as another cover for Real Madrid defense. I mean, it has to work out. If it doesn't, I'll be very, very disappointed. I also have Mane in midfield. I could change that to Salah. The reason I have Mane in is because Mane did not start the first game, and Salah has not rested so far this season. Could this be the game for him to rest? I'm really thinking so. It could be. It could be. They have Manchester City over the weekend, so they might end up resting him. Not 100% sure, obviously. He might also start. Kunku is in really because he scored 3 goals away to City and he's playing Club Brugge at home. I really want him there. My other option could have been Andre Silva for Leipzig. I'm probably sure he takes the penalties for Leipzig, but he's a striker. And as you can see, the strikers I have in my team, Haller, Ronaldo, Lewandowski, I want to get in Benzema. There'd be no space for Andre Silva. So I have to have Nkunku in as Leipzig cover. Leipzig score a lot of goals. I think the other day they lost by 4 goals to 1 or 5 goals to 1. I think Bayern beat them by 5 goals to 1, but I think they won 4-0 some other day this season as well. So I need attacking cover from Leipzig. I have Jude Bellingham. Let me be honest, I've never considered Jude Bellingham in my team. Never ever considered him, but after watching that game against Besiktas in match day 1, he was absolutely brilliant. He picked up the man of the match. You get extra points for a player picking up the man of the match, the player of the match, as the Champions League call it. Really, really amazing player, and it makes the decision easier since Royce is out and Haaland is out. The other player I've considered from Dortmund as well is Malen. Now that Haaland is not there, Milan should start up front, but it's too risky, man. It's too risky to start him. Again, I'm considering 4 strikers above him. So if you want a differential, you could go for Milan. If Haaland doesn't start, I think Milan will start. And at home to Sporting conceding 5 goals last time out against Ajax, I think is a good option. For the rest of my team, let me make this smaller so that you can see my bench. For the rest of my team, I've talked about the attack. Hala is my captain today. That could change. I'm waiting to see Ajax team. I also have Lewandowski up front. I think if you're playing your Limitless chip or wildcard this week, you have to have 3 Bayern players. I have Gnabry. He's on the bench. He'll come in. If I don't need him, well and good. If everyone in the starting lineup performs and I don't need Gnabry, I'll be very happy. But if 1 or 2 players don't perform, which I expect, Gnabry should come in alongside Lewandowski. Gnabry also did not start over the weekend. Gnabry did not start over the weekend for their fixture, so he should start. And also Kimmich as my 3rd Bayern cover. So that is my bench to answer your question. I have Gosens. Gosens has scored the most goals of any defenders in the last 2 years. He even scored in matchday 1. That is why I have him in. Gosens is amazing. He has attacking potential, defensive potential. He is playing young boys at home, so each one of that could happen. He also says, I'm very familiar with UCL fantasy. I'm not very familiar with UCL fantasy. How does the captaincy work? Can I captain, for instance, Messi, and if he does not play, then captain Lukaku tomorrow? Yep, that is exactly what can happen. There's also automatic subs like the usual fantasy Premier League. If you have Messi as captain and he doesn't play, it obviously let me show you. Let me show you here. So if you have Lukaku, if you have, like you see, I have highlight today as the captain. If he doesn't score, even if he scores 1 goal and I feel like it's not enough, I can just change that to Lewandowski tomorrow. It's that easy. But you also need to be very careful. Let's not be greedy. If your player scores, let's say 7 points and you get 14 points, how many do you need? Do you want a player who's scoring 15 points the next day? It's very, very easy to change. Let's say Haller scores today. It's very easy for me to say, you know what, I think Lewandowski will score a hat-trick tomorrow. And then I remove the captaincy from Haller, who scored 2 goals. I give it to Lewandowski. He only gets 1 assist, for example. So I think if your player blanks, definitely change your captaincy. But if your player gets at least 1 goal and maybe the player of the match or an assist or 2 assists, I think you should just keep it on them. Unless you're feeling very, very brave to change the captaincy. If my player gets above 8 points, I just keep it on them. I won't change the captaincy at all. So if Haller picks up 8 points today, I'll just keep the captaincy on him. Speaking of Haller, let me check. I have to check their squad, their Ajax team. Do you think Mahrez is a good pick? The reason I have Mahrez in my team, 2 reasons. He did not play for Manchester City against Chelsea last weekend. 3 reasons, in fact. The second reason is that last season he absolutely ripped PSG apart home and away. And the third option is he should be on penalties. Mahrez is on penalties. He took the penalty in matchday 1 against Leipzig. And I think De Bruyne does not take the penalties these days. No Aguero, obviously. I think Mahrez will take the penalty if it comes in. So that's why I have Mahrez in my team. He might leave, by the way, still might leave my team. Let me just check Ajax lineup for today. Let me check Ajax lineup for today, and then my decisions will be made. Make sure to smash the like button. Obviously, make sure to share this. So Ajax have Haller is starting. Martinez is starting. Blind is starting. I considered Blind for Ajax as an Ajax defensive cover, but Blind usually gets subbed most times. That's what I usually don't like about him. 58 minutes gets subbed. It's very, very bad. Yeah, Haller is starting, so I don't think I'll take him out. I think those 4 goals against Sporting and Ajax, my goodness, this season I've watched 3 games involving Ajax, the Champions League game. I also watched them scoring 9 goals this season, and I watched them the other day scoring 5 goals. They score a lot of goals. Like, you even tempted to even triple up on them attacking-wise because Ajax score a lot of goals. Ajax usually score a lot of goals, so I think you need their player. Whether you're playing a chip, whether you're playing a limitless wildcard, whether you're just making a sub, I think you need their players in. So their full lineup is Timber, Alvarez, Gravenberch, Tadic. Tadic should be on penalties as well. The only problem is that he's a forward in the game. If he was a midfielder, I'd have him in, but a forward, but I think he's on penalties. They have Anthony, they have Mazroi, they have Blind, Martinez, and Lineberg. So that's their lineup. Klassen on the bench, Tagliafico on the bench, Danilo on the bench as well. I'm going to keep Halle. I'm going to keep Halle. That is because he's starting. Should I pick Mane or Salah? I mean, 50-50 what? Coin toss. Wow, I mixed it up very, very badly. Coin toss. It's a 50-50 coin toss. Salah obviously is the best option because he's on penalties. He missed the. Did he miss the penalty? To AC Milan missing the penalty in match day 1, but Mane rested in match day 1. I don't think he'll also be kept on the bench for match day 2. Liverpool have Manchester City over the weekend. They need all those players fit. They already have the likes of Alexander-Arnold out. Firmino is also now back, and they have FC Porto. No disrespect to FC Porto, but I think Atletico Madrid would be a harder fixture than FC Porto for Liverpool. So could he be tempted to rest Salah and play Firmino, Jota, and Mane? Could really be a possibility. And that is why I've gone for Mane. No other option really. I have Salah in my fantasy Premier League team, always have him in. But just because Salah has played every single game and Mane has already rested in 1, I think it's a good option to have really any of them. Listen, if you can have both and you're feeling brave enough to have both, you could go for it. Relaxing Central, you could go for it. Before we go on, make sure to join my league. There is the code. That's 83UVQC0A09. It should be somewhere in the chat as well, and it should be the first link in the description. Make sure to join so that you can, for the future weeks, you can check how you guys are doing. So that's the code again, 83UVQC0A09. Make sure to join so that we can compete. So I think Mane and Salah 50-50 toin. Why am I saying toin? Coin toss. When did it become so hard to say coin toss? Make sure to smash the like button as well. Send in any questions you have. I need to check the Inter Milan lineup as well because Shakhtar lost to Sheriff. Inter Milan, I watched Inter Milan against Atalanta the other day. What a game. They drew, but it should have been a lot of goals. And their penalty taker missed the penalty. So again, we're not even sure who's going to take their penalties. So who's starting for Inter Milan? Why have they not put out their squad yet? Let me see. Inter Milan against Shakhtar. Inter Milan are playing, yeah, I've got it. Handanovic, Skriniar is starting. Skriniar is part of my defense there, as you can see. I brought him in for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he's starting. That is because he has already scored 2 goals this season. I'm going to have him in. Bastoni, Dumfries is starting. I was really tempted to have in, what's his name? The guy from Manchester United who moved to Inter Milan, Damian. That's the guy. I was tempted to have Damian, but I see Dumfries is starting today. Vecino, Brozovic, Barella, Di Marco, Zeko, and Lautaro Martinez. I mean, I think Inter Milan will get a couple of goals. So if you have Lautaro Martinez or Zeko, I'll be happy to keep them. I think Di Marco was the one who missed a penalty the other day against Atalanta. And Handanovic as the goalkeeper, I'd be really happy with the clean sheet. As you see, I have Skriniar there. So that's Inter Milan's team. Who would I bring in from here? Di Marco, Zeko, Lautaro Martinez. I mean, I'll see. Let's check. Ajax are playing against. Yeah, let's check the other team's lineup. Let's check Sporting's lineup. Let's see who's playing. I'm not really interested in Sporting anyway. Not that much. Let me see what you guys are saying. Do you know why Mane didn't start in match day 1? He was really rested. He just rotated the team. And AC Milan is actually a tough team, so I don't know why he did that. But he just rotated. He gave him a rest. And I'm not sure which team they had that weekend. It was not a tough team. I don't think it was a tough team. I think they were playing Crystal Palace on that weekend, so I'm not sure why they rested him. But since he was rested in match day 1, I don't think he'll be rested in match day 2. That's just my point. And Salah has not been rested, and they have Manchester City. He could be the one this time. That is why I just decided to go for Mane to be on the safe side. I'm using my Limitless chip. I'd not want to start Salah and then he doesn't play. If you already have Salah in your team and you're not playing any chip, you can just keep him in because I'm hoping you have a good bench. You can just bring him in. But since I'm using my Limitless chip, and if you're using a Limitless chip, I need every single player to play. I mean, this is the only time. You see this code on screen? This costs 115 million. I'm rich. Usually I have 100 million to spend. Now I have 115 million. I want every player I pick to start. So that's why I have my name. So let's see Sporting's team. Sporting CP. Let's see their team. Not really interested. I won't even be surprised if Ajax keep a clean sheet. Again, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to send in any questions you have as well. Sporting. Why don't they want to put out their lineup? Let's also take a look at their fixtures, and I'll tell you which fixtures I'm looking at, and they'll be scrolling down the bottom right now. So wait. Let me change that to a visible one. So let's do this. So we have Shakhtar against Inter Milan, targeting Inter Milan there. I really want one of their players. I already have Skriniar anyway. Ajax against Besiktas. Ajax will win for me. PSG against Man City, tough game. City won last season. Leipzig against Club Brugge. Really like Leipzig, but they conceded 6. AC Milan, Atletico Madrid. Could be a 1-1, could be a 0-0. FC Porto against Liverpool. I have a feeling Liverpool will still win that game. Real Madrid against Sheriff. Benzema, you're coming to my team very soon. Dortmund against Sporting. Atalanta against Young Boys. I really like Gosens there. Zenit against Malmo, 50-50 if you want a differential there. Salzburg against Lille. We have Wolfsburg against Sevilla, United against Villarreal, Benfica against Barcelona, Juventus against Chelsea, Bayern Munich against Dynamo KIEV. Again, just to repeat myself, one thing you have to do if you're playing a limitless chip, you have to get 3 players from Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are a machine. They made Barcelona in match day 1 look like a Division 3 team. So I think they're going to, again, smash up Dynamo KIEV. I saw they scored, I think, 4 goals against Leipzig. They even scored 7 in their league. Man, they are a machine. Muller, Lewandowski, Gnabry. Gnabry didn't start over the weekend. Keep that in mind. So that's why he's in my team. I think since he did not start over the weekend, he should start this. Liverpool, Man and Salah, we've already talked about that. Could be anyone. Salah is on penalties, but we list that 50-50 decision. Atalanta against Young Boys. Someone like Gosens, attacking threat, defensive, could be, if he keeps a clean sheet and gets an assist, double figures there for you. Salzburg against Lille. Salzburg only conceded 1 goal against Sevilla in match day 1. So I don't think that team's so easy to score, and Lille struggled to score in match day 1 as well. So could be a clean sheet for Salzburg. Juventus against Chelsea. Interesting fixture. Juventus don't have Morata, they don't have Dybala. Chelsea's defense has been superb this season. Rudiger, Alonso, Chilwell if he plays instead of Alonso. James is out, Azpilicueta is there. I think very, very good option to even have a Chelsea player. I'm not surprised if they keep a clean sheet against Juventus. They don't have a lot of players, and Juventus have not been the Juventus we know this season. Thank you, man. This is my second channel, by the way. I have another one. I opened this one because I really wanted to do fantasy content a lot in a different channel, and I really enjoy doing fantasy content. So make sure to subscribe so that I don't be a small YouTuber anymore. I really want 1,000 subs so that I can be able to use the community tab to ask to do polls to show you guys my final team of the week and stuff. So let's hope we get to 250 very soon. Let's hope we get to 300 very soon. Samurai, like your name, says why Skriniar over Dumfries? Skriniar, because I had not seen the Inter Milan lineup yet. Skriniar also because he has already scored 2 goals this season. That is why. But since you say that, and I've seen Dumfries in the lineup and he's a right wing back, I'm also considering him. So that change could happen right now. That could be a change I'm making. But I'd not say, obviously, I made this team yesterday. So still 3 subs that could happen. I still have around 59 minutes to make these subs. I'm still considering Benzema. I'm still considering Dumfries, as you've said. I'm still considering changing Kunku for someone else. I really want Benzema in that team. I'm so tempted that I'm going to even take out Ronaldo. That's how much I want Benzema. I don't think United have looked good. When they played Villarreal last season, they drew, and then they went penalties. And Villarreal, I watched Villarreal against Real Madrid the other day. They did not concede a goal. So Ronaldo, does he have to score against Villarreal? I don't actually think so. So Benzema against Sheriff. I'm telling you, if Benzema starts that Sheriff game and I don't have him in my team, I'm definitely not watching that game because he's going to get a hat-trick. Against Sheriff, he's going to get a hat-trick. Limitless this week for me. Same here, FPL Penguins, same here. For me, I really had a lot of injuries. I don't know if I can show you guys my match day 1 team. Let me show you my match day one team. My match day one team was I actually did good in match day one. I think 60 points was okay, but the injuries, my goodness. Look at my team from match day one. Wan-Bissaka picked up a red card. That's one player missing. Hakimi, let's go to the players who are missing first. Wan-Bissaka is missing. Reece James is missing, injured. Mason Mount, who's on the bench there, is missing. Those are three players I was missing from my team. Haaland is also missing. By the way, if Haaland starts and everyone has told us Haaland is not going to start, I'll be really, really frustrated. Gundon is also missing with an injury. From my match day one team, I have 5 players missing. Not only that, Lukaku is traveling to Juventus, not really the best of fixtures. Hakimi is hosting Manchester City, not the best of fixtures. Vlacho, the goalkeeper, gave me 7 points in match day one. He's at home to Barcelona. I know Barcelona is not the same Barcelona, but I think the likes of Depay could score in that game. So basically, I needed to get rid of 8 players from my match day one team. Van der Beek is another one on my bench. I had him in match day one because I saw him in the starting lineup and I was like, you know what, he's a differential. Let's just put him in. But it didn't work. So 9 players I needed to get out from my team. So I had already made my subs. I brought in Kamavinga for Donny van der Beek. But I was like, no, man. I really need Lewandowski in this team. And then after hearing Haaland is not going to play, that was just the final straw. I had to play my limitless chip. So the decision was very easy for me. So still a couple of changes that could be done. So let's go back to the match day 2 team. Let's see. I have Benzema as well. As a United fan, I don't see us doing well versus Villarreal. Listen, I think he'll score. I still think you're going to win the game 2-1, but I'm not 100% sure whether he's going to score. The one thing that is keeping him in my team is that Bruno Fernandes' penalty the other day, I don't think it has landed, by the way, wherever it went. I don't think the penalty has landed. Ronaldo should be on penalties now. I don't think Ronaldo will miss the penalty like Bruno Fernandes did, and I'm really considering Bruno Fernandes. These 2 guys, I was considering Bruno Fernandes to be my cover from United, but since he's not going to be on penalties, I think Ronaldo will take them now. And Ronaldo is a goal-scoring machine. I think I'll just keep him in. I think the only change I could make is Halle out, Benzema in, and then I get an Ajax midfielder. That's the only change I could make. The one player, let me show you guys Gosens. I don't know how many of you have Gosens in your team, but let me show you this. Very, very interesting stats from Gosens. I had to put this together for you guys. From the last, let me take out that. From the last 2 years, Gosens has scored 22 goals. He's a defender, remember? He has scored 22 goals. On Hakimi has scored 17. Ramos has scored 17. Ramos used to take penalties and free kicks at Real Madrid. Rafael Guerrero, 15. Theo Hernandez at AC Milan, 14. And Alex Telles, 13. Most of them at FC Porto, not United. So Gosens, 22 goals in the last 2 years. He scored in match day 1 as well against Villarreal. He's playing against Young Boys at home. Young Boys, to be fair enough, they beat United in match day 1, but that is because United maybe had a red card and they are not the best of, did not have the best of games. So I think if you're playing a limitless or your wild card, you have to get in Gosens. If he keeps a clean sheet and gets an assist in that game, that is double figures. So I have him in my team, currently on my bench, but that is because he's playing tomorrow. I still have time to bring him in. So Gosens is a good player. Again, keep sending in your questions. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay new. Really hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can be sharing in the community tab, like my team and polls and all that. So that is my limitless chip as it stands, my limitless chip team. A couple of changes that can be made. Could still bring in Dumfries for Skriniar. I'm playing a limitless chip, and that team costs 114.5 million. If I wasn't playing the chip, I would definitely not afford that team. So with that said, let me now take, that's the league code, by the way. Make sure to join the league. Make sure to join the league. And as from next time, I can be checking out the teams. I'll be checking out the teams as it stands. So send in any questions you have. Sending any questions you have. Let me now, before I take a look at your team anymore, of your teams anymore, let me take a look at my team quickly. Let me see which kind of subs I can make. I'm usually not a fan of taking out players that are starting. I'm 100% sure Halle is starting because I've seen the lineup. So taking out is absolutely just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. By the way, hopefully the sound is clear. Hopefully the sound is 100% clear. I think it should be. So let's see, make transfers. Let's see which kind of transfers we can make to this team. Let's see which kind of transfers we can make to this team. I mean, I don't think Skriniar is a bad option, by the way. Who asked that question? Sally. Skriniar has already scored 2 goals this season, so I don't think it's a bad option. And also, with that said, Sheriff scored 2 headers against Shakhtar in match day 1. Yep, 2 headers. So I think I might not even take him out because he still has the attacking threat, although from corners and stuff. And I know they're playing with the back 5, and I know Damian is not playing today. Dumfries is playing, but hey, I'm happy to keep. I'm happy to keep that. But the thing I'm looking to make, let me see if I take out. Man, should I take out Ronaldo? Let me ask you guys. Do you think I should take out Ronaldo because I really want Benzema? I really want Benzema in my team. Or I could do this. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think Hazard will play tomorrow? Do you think Hazard will start? Because if Hazard starts, I'll just put him in as my Real Madrid cover. I hopefully that doesn't get stabbed off after 60 minutes because I really want Vinicius. I really want Benzema, but Halle at home to Sporting, Lewandowski at home against Dynamo KIEV, Ronaldo is on penalties now that Bruno Fernandes missed. United lost the first game. They have to try and win this one. I don't know if I should go with Mahrez. What other options would you recommend? Let me know. Did you say you're playing a limitless chip? Did you say you're playing any chip? Let me see. I'm not seeing you saying you're playing any chip. Let me know if you're playing any chips. If you're playing any chips, then I'm also having Mahrez. I'm also having Mahrez in my team because he's on penalties. And really, because he did not play over the weekend against Chelsea, he rested fully. Foden and De Bruyne just came back. One of them could be left on the bench. And Mahrez, if he starts, I know PSG have won, I think, all of their games this season by a lot of goals. But I don't think with the City last season against PSG, City won. They won both games. I think they won both games. I know they won at the Etihad. And Mahrez scored a spectacular free kick at the stadium in Paris. So I think Mahrez is a good differential option. It says, yes, I'm playing my limitless chip. Let's see. Let me know who you're considering. Let me know who else you're considering, and then we can take a look at. Let me know who else you're considering. For me, I'm really considering strikers instead of midfielders because I really want Benzema and Vinicius as Real Madrid cover. If those guys start against Sheriff, someone is going to get a hat-trick and I'll be crying. That's the thing. Relaxing Central said he took out Ronaldo for Benzema. Was that a direct sub, or are you playing any chip? Was that just a direct sub? Let me see if you had said anything about a chip. Do you think many people asking about Mahrez, by the way? So again, to answer this question earlier for the guys who are coming in, HBO had asked, when should I play my limitless chip? I did a full video on this and I said the limitless chip, you should play it in match day 3 or 4 because I was really I was waiting for City to play Club Brugge. I was waiting for PSG to play Leipzig. I mean, City scored 6 goals against Leipzig. Bayern Munich scored 4 against Leipzig in their league. So Leipzig conceded goals. I was also looking at, which was the other team? Bayern Munich against, which is the other team? Bayern Munich against Benfica. I was also targeting basically Man City. Chelsea also are going to play Malmo in match day 3. Juventus are going to play Zenit in match day 3. That's when I would have played it, match day 3 or match day 4. Wildcard, match day 4 or match day 5. Or you can just play wildcard when you need it. Because for me, I'm just playing the chip because I need it, not just because I feel like I just need some play. I want some players. I'm playing it because I need it. I already have Bellingham, Salah, Nkunku, and Sane. You think Sane will start? You know, Gnabry was rested over the weekend when they played Foot. I think they won 3-1. I don't know. I think the Dynamo came at home. I even saw Alphonso Davies playing as in the left wing in one of their games. So it could really happen, by the way. I already have Bellingham, Salah, Nkunku, and Sane. So basically almost like the same team I have, but instead of Mane, you have Salah. Instead of Gnabry, you have Sane. Instead of Mane, you have Salah. Instead of Gnabry, you have Sane. Let me see the midfielders because I've not really considered any other. Maybe we'll take a look at one of the Ajax midfielders to see if any of them are really good potential. Let me mark the teams. Let me mark the teams we should be targeting. Ajax, Atalanta, Bayern Munich. I don't like Chelsea's fixture. I like Dortmund's fixture for sure. I like Inter Milan's fixture for sure. I like Leipzig's fixture. Let's just put Liverpool there because we're talking about their players. Let's put United there. Let's also put Real Madrid there. And let's also put, I think that's it. I think those are the teams we should be targeting. So let's take a look at their midfielders from these 7 teams. Nkunku, Bellingham, Henderson, obviously, no, he scored in matchday 1, but I don't want him. Musiala, I think I'm saying the name right. I wouldn't be surprised if he sits on the bench and then Gnabry starts this match week. Brozovic, if Inter Milan, if Lautaro Martinez was a midfielder, he'd absolutely be in my team, 100%. I really want someone from Inter Milan, but they don't have any, all of them, they're strikers, Zeko, Martinez. I mean, the other option I can tell you is Çalhanoğlu starting. Let me just check Inter Milan's team. Is Çalhanoğlu starting at all? Let me see. Çalhanoğlu could be a good option. I've considered him a lot, but I did not know whether he was going to start. Let me check their lineup. Now, Çalhanoğlu is not starting for Inter Milan. Di Marco is. Let's see how much Di Marco is. Let's see, Di Marco. Lucas as well. Will Lucas start for Real Madrid? Perisic plays as the left wing back, but even today he's not in the starting lineup as well. So a lot of changes for Inter Milan. Let's see, Forsberg, Leipzig, Coman is injured. I'll get well soon to him. I saw he had an operation. Asensio. You know, I really want to tell you someone from Real Madrid, Sally. If we were really 100% sure that someone like Asensio would start, or someone like Lucas Vazquez would start, I really think they're going to run riot in that game. I even think Sancho will start for United against Villarreal. But really, to answer that question, I already have Bellingham. Let's see, what was your question again? Other options apart from Mahrez is such a good differential in his own penalties. So I'd be really tempted to keep him in just because he has the penalties. Really, I'll be really tempted to keep him in. I'm looking at, I'm fine with Lewandowski, Benzema, and Haller. Midfielders is what I'm looking at. I mean, did you say, wait, yes, I'm playing Limitless. I'm also really looking at Mahrez, and I feel like we could get a better option than Mahrez. But the problem is I think Mahrez will start because he rested over the weekend. Are you tempted to go to add more? I mean, you could triple up, because I'm saying you need to triple up on Bayern Munich. So you could triple up on Bayern Munich. If you want to triple up on Bayern Munich, you can just triple up on Bayern Munich. I think that is still a good option. Lewandowski, Sane, because if they score 4 or 5, you could go for it. But I still prefer to mix it up, so I just keep it in. So yeah, thank you for coming in, man. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe, and hopefully you've joined the league so that I can keep an eye on your team and see how you do So let's take a look at which kind of changes I can make to this team. Let's see. Haller, Ronaldo, Lewandowski, Bellingham, Mane, Nkunku, Mahrez, Alaba, Skriniar, Meunier, Courtois, ter Stegen, Gosens, Gnabry, and Kimmich. There are a few players I know are definitely going to stay in my team, not going anywhere. Kimmich, Gosens, Courtois, Bellingham, Lewandowski. Those ones are not going anywhere. And Haller, since he's starting, Nkunku. Is there any way Club Brugge could shock Leipzig? Is there any way they could shock Leipzig? Because if they could shock Leipzig, I could be tempted to take out Nkunku. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's take out Nkunku and bring in this is going to be so hard, man. This is going to be so hard. I really want a Real Madrid player there attacking. So let's see, Real Madrid. Let's see Real Madrid, who I can bring from Real Madrid's midfield. Valverde, Casemiro, Camavinga, Modric, Vasquez. The problem with Real Madrid is that I don't know who's going to start. That's the only thing. That's the only wrong thing. That's the only thing I fear. Who's going to start at Real Madrid? I really wish they were playing the early fixture. I really do not know who's going to start. Lucas Vasquez, Asensio. How many minutes did Asensio play in match day 1? Let's see. How many minutes did Asensio play in match day 1? 1 minute. Nah, man, I do not want a player who's playing 1 minute. Real Madrid is playing today, right? I mean, I could just risk it. I could risk if someone doesn't start today, I could just bring in the Gosens and the Nabris from the bench. Should I risk Hazard? Should I risk Asensio? Because I'm really afraid of going without Real Madrid attacking cover. I'm really, really worried. Should I captain Benzema or LILLE? I mean, the good thing with Champions League is that you can change the captaincy tomorrow. So I just go for Benzema. Even if he doesn't start and you don't get the points you want, you can just captain someone from tomorrow. So for me, I'd go for Benzema there. But as you can see, I don't have Benzema in my team, and I'm trying so hard to get Benzema into my team. But who the hell takes out Ronaldo from his team? Who the hell takes out Ronaldo from their team? Look at him. This guy scores goals. Look at him. He scores goals. Who the hell takes out Ronaldo from their team, man? I could obviously bring in United midfielder and then take out Ronaldo and bring in Benzema. But Ronaldo is on penalties. Bruno Fernandes missed his penalty the other day. Ronaldo is on penalties now. I cannot take out Lewandowski. No, I'm not that crazy. Lewandowski is on Bayern Munich's penalties, right? I think it's only him who takes it. I don't think there's anyone who can take Bayern Munich's penalties. Riyad Mahrez against PSG. That's not an easy fixture. How are you doing, RK? How are you doing? Hope you're well. Just trying to sort out my Champions League team before the deadline. Joined your league. Thank you, man. Thank you. Again, anyone else who wants to join, that's the code 83UVQC0A09. Make sure to join the league. So I'm happy with the defense. Alaba, Skriniar, Munier. Also, to answer the question from Ali, I think Skriniar can get more recovery points than Dumfries. Gosens scores goals. Kimmich is a defender who plays as a midfielder, basically. Bellingham, my only Dortmund cover apart from Munier. Mane and Mahrez have some kind of tough away fixtures. Haru says, why not take out LILLE for Benzema? I mean, I can give you 4 reasons. In the first match day, LILLE scored 4 goals. He scored 4 goals. Who scores 4 goals in a Champions League match? Like he does it like the Inzagis and the Van Nistelrooys from back in the days. Who scores 4 goals in a Champions League match? Number 2, Ajax. If I show you Ajax results this season, they've scored 5 goals, I think twice already. They've scored 9 already this season. They've scored 4. Ajax score a lot of goals, man. And if you don't have a LILLE there, you're going to really, really be messed up. Number 3, Ajax squad has already come out, and I'm 100% sure LILLE is starting. I'm not convinced Benzema will start. They're facing an easier team. Let me check which team Real Madrid are playing over the weekend. Let's see Real Madrid's fixtures. They could try and give a chance to. They could play Rodrigo and Vinicius up front. They could give the likes of Camavinga in midfield, Hazard. Real Madrid are playing against Espanyol over the weekend. I think that's not a hard fixture. They're playing on Sunday. Benzema. I really want Benzema in my team, though. With that said, I really want Benzema, but I really don't want to take out LILLE. Another reason why I also don't want to take LILLE, the 4th reason, is that I do not see any midfielders from Ajax I could have in. Let's see Ajax midfielders. Gravenbach, Alvarez. I already had Alvarez, but Alvarez doesn't score goals really. Neres, Taylor, Klaassen. Klaassen is on the bench. Let's check their starting lineup again. Let's take a look at Ajax starting lineup again. If I find a good midfielder to have from Ajax, I could consider that sub, taking out LILLE, putting in Benzema, and bringing in an Ajax midfielder. But Ajax score goals, man. Ajax score a lot of goals to not have their players. Martinez is starting. Martinez is not a midfielder. Gravenberch is starting. Let's see. Tadic is starting, but he's not a midfielder as well. He's ranked as a striker. Taylor is a midfielder, but he's not starting as well. He's on the bench. Klaassen is on the bench as well. Kudus is on the bench as well. Is there everyone on the bench for Ajax? Exactly my point. I'm not sure who's going to play in their midfield. Okay, I'm sure because I'm seeing the lineup, but none of these midfielders are playing apart from Gravenberch and Alvarez. Is Alvarez playing? Yeah, of course. So I don't know. Are they playing a back five? Is there any defender I could take out for a defender from Ajax? By the way, if you're just joining, I'm playing my Limitless chip. That is my Limitless chip. It's active. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to fit Benzema into my team. Still trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to fit in Benzema in my team. So that's the team. Make sure to join the league, my league. The link is in the description, the first link in the description. Send in any questions you have as well. Blind Mazrui, Tadic, Gravenberch. The only midfielder I could bring in is this one. It cost 6 million. But Halle, man, Halle is. I know Tadic takes their penalties. I don't think it's Halle, but Halle could be given one of their penalties if they get it like in a 2-0 lead or something. Really, I'm so serious. The only one I could take out is Ronaldo. I could just bring in a Real Madrid midfielder. I think that is just easier for me to save the stress. It's so good to have a Limitless chip active, but it's very stressful. Let me just tell you guys the truth. It's very stressful. I want so many players there, but you can't have all of them. I have the money to have all of them, but you can't have all of them because you can only have 15 players. You can only have 15 players. So let's take a look at Real Madrid midfielders again, and let's do a coin toss. Let's do a coin toss. Camavinga, Casemiro, Valverde, Modric, Asensio, Vasquez. Could Asensio start this game? Could Asensio be given a chance? Let me again check the last fixture Real Madrid played. Which player started in their midfield? Let me see. We are talking so badly about Sheriff, but Sheriff is the number one in their table. By the way, they are number one in that group. Real Madrid played against Villarreal, obviously, and their midfield had Real Madrid had Asensio, Casemiro, and Modric. The only thing I don't like about Asensio is that he gets subbed off. That was their lineup against Villarreal. Against Mallorca, they won by 6-1. I watched that game. They ran riot, and Asensio scored a hat-trick. Asensio scored a hat-trick. He scored a hat-trick and he got subbed off. So you're telling me 60 minutes is enough for Asensio to score a hat-trick? And I'm telling you, Asensio could end up in my team. I think that looks so much better, having Real Madrid cover there. That takes a lot of pressure away from me. That already takes away a lot of pressure from me. So let's take a look at that team again. Let's take a look at that team. Let's save that. Nkunku, I think I'm happy to go without Nkunku. I'd be happy to go without Nkunku. Let's confirm this. Let's confirm that transfer. So let's see. So this is how my Limitless chip team is looking right now. I have a lot of decisions to be made still, but I've managed to fit in a Real Madrid player there. So this is my Limitless team. Do you want me to put that on full screen? I put that on full screen so that you can see. So that is my Limitless team as it stands. Halle, Ronaldo, and Lewandowski up front. Bellingham, Asensio, Mane, and Mahrez in midfield. Alaba, Skriniar, and Munier in defense. Courtois as the goalkeeper. Ter Stegen as the second choice goalkeeper on the bench. He plays tomorrow in case Courtois doesn't keep a clean sheet. Gosens, Gnabry, and Kimmich. So let me explain every single one of those decisions. Let me explain to you guys every single one of those decisions. Anyone joining, they should know what is going on. So let me do this. Let me explain every one of those decisions. So I have Courtois really because it's playing Sheriff at home. And I think Ancelotti kind of suggested that every one of the is not going to rotate his goalkeepers, basically. in the Champions League. Alaba as well. I have him there because I know he's playing as a centre-back. I know I could have Nacho there instead of Alaba, but I saw Alaba against Inter Milan. He was pushing forward so much. He has the ability to pick up recovery points as well. So I'm happy to have him in. Skriniar. Someone pointed out I could have Dumfries instead of Skriniar, but Skriniar's already scored 2 goals this season. And Shakhtar in the first game, they conceded from 2 headers against Sheriff. That makes the decision for me. I'm not going to take out Skriniar. I also have, who is that in my team? Meunier from Dortmund. He plays against Sporting at home. I know Sporting scored 1 goal in match day 1, but the way Meunier bombs forward for Belgium, for Dortmund, for any of his previous clubs, he does it so well. I want him there. I've brought in Asensio as my Real Madrid cover. Really, really afraid. Of course, I have Courtois and Alaba, but I really needed an attacking player. Mane. I have Mane in my team because he rested in match day 1. He did not start that game. And for Salah, he's not rested this season yet. And Liverpool are playing Manchester City. In the Premier League, that is the biggest game of the season. They are playing them over the weekend. Could Salah be rested for this game? Very, very possible. Mahrez is there because he's on penalties. He rested over the weekend. He'll take a lot of shots. He has a good record against PSG from last season. Bellingham is my Dortmund cover, attacking cover. Ronaldo should be on penalties. Lewandowski is Lewandowski. I don't need to say more. He's playing Dynamo KIEV at home. He ripped apart Barcelona in match day 1. That is Lewandowski. Lewandowski does Lewandowski things. That's why he's in my team. And Haller is starting today's game. That starts in around 25 minutes. So I don't think I really need to take him out. So I think that's what I could go for. I have both Mane and Salah. There's an advantage and disadvantage for that, Haru. The advantage is at least one of them will start. So it's good for you that at least one of them will start. So even if Salah doesn't start, at least you have Mane there. If Mane doesn't start, Salah is not. It's okay even if you don't have Salah in your team, or even if you have him because Mane is going to start. Mane also scored the last time they played FC Porto. Yeah, I've been doing my research, man. I know about all these players. Mane also played in against FC Porto and scored last time out away from home as well. The Liverpool were wearing orange that day. That is one advantage, or at least one of them will start. But the disadvantage is it's very risky if they blank. FC Porto kept a clean sheet against Atletico Madrid in match day 1. They kept a clean sheet. Liverpool have Manchester City over the weekend. Will their concentration be there as well? Could be. I think it's very, very risky. Even if they were at home, I'd consider it. But since they are away, I'm just happy to have one. I had Trent Alexander-Arnold in this team, but obviously he's been injured and I had to bring in Skriniar. So I think it's brave, but I think I'd go for one of them. Let me know who your other midfielders are. And also let me know if you're playing any cheap Haru. Let's see. I can see Dumfries being subbed off early. Possibility. I saw that happen at Netherlands a couple of times at the Euros. The good thing with that, though, if you get subbed off while not conceding a goal, you get that clean sheet without fearing, even if Shakhtar score last minute. So could be a thing. Skriniar will definitely not get subbed off, though. Hi, Daniel. He says is Courtois starting? Apparently, he might not. Yeah, I had that, but I also had Ancelotti saying, not Ancelotti, yeah. They've had so many coaches over the years. It's so confusing. Zidane, Ancelotti, Benitez, so many coaches and stuff. But if he doesn't start, I have Ter Stegen on the bench. So even if he doesn't start, it's okay. And that is also the other reason I have Alaba in my team. Even if he doesn't start, I still have Real Madrid defensive cover. It would be a disaster if both of them don't start. That would be a disaster if both of them don't start. So let me just search there. Maybe there's been a bit more information on that. Let me search Courtois. In case there's anything on Courtois, let me see if there's anything on Courtois. What I had last time out is that Ancelotti doesn't want to rotate his goalkeepers. So let's see what people are saying about Courtois. Also, make sure to let me know who you have on your bench as the goalkeeper. What I tried to do Are you playing any chip? 2 questions for you, Daniel. 1, are you playing any chip? And 2, which goalkeeper do you have on the bench? Because if you're playing a chip, a wild card, or a limitless, I'd try and have a goalkeeper who's playing on Wednesday, or just have both Real Madrid goalkeepers, one starting, one on the bench. If one doesn't start, you just get the automatic points from the bench. That's what I'd do. Or if you just want one Real Madrid goalkeeper, go for Courtois and then go for a goalkeeper who's playing on Wednesday. So that if he doesn't, like I did, I'm putting Stastag in there because he's playing on the Wednesday. I mean, from what I can see is that, let me check the Madrid zone. I think they are the guys to go to for Real Madrid news. Nacho is expected to start. Militao was in my team previously. Alaba, Camavinga, Isco, Blanco, Hazard, Jovic, Rodrigo, all of them could start. Inter Milan have asked to, let's see, Courtois, Vasquez. I mean, I'm really, really worried that Hazard is going to start. Benzema, for the guys who have Benzema, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets rested today. I have Corbell on the bench and not playing Limitless. You've had him on the bench since match day 1, I'm guessing. Let's see which fixture he has. Let's check for you which fixture he has. Let's check which fixture he has. Very, very important to do so. Sporting. I think they'll keep a clean sheet, Dortmund. The reason I don't know why I moved that. The reason I want to check for you why Corbell is I wanted to check his third fixture as well, because if you're not playing a chip, it means you have him in your team for a couple of weeks. And he's playing today though, so very, 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 very risky. But it's okay. I'm sure Corbell will start. So even if Courtois doesn't start, it's okay. I still think the guy coming from the bench is quite okay. And also Ajax coming up. I think I'm happy with your goalkeepers. I'm happy with your goalkeepers. I'm happy with your goalkeepers, Daniel. I'm happy with your goalkeepers. I wouldn't change it. So yeah, that's any other changes. Let me know. Let me know again. I'm helping you with your team, and you're also helping me with my team. So I'm playing my Limitless chip because I had like 7 injuries in my team. Don't ask me how the hell I got myself into that position. I mean, from match day 1, so many injuries. Would you be happy to keep that team? Would you no, just keep him. Just keep him in your team. I think Dortmund have such a good group, so just keep him. Would you be happy to keep that team as your Limitless team? Let's go through it again. I'll give you my reasons why I have that team. Let's do this. Let's do this. So Limitless is active. I have Courtois in my team because he's really playing Sheriff. That's just the reason. He's playing Sheriff at home. That's the reason. I have Alaba there because of the clean sheet potential as well. Number 2, also because if Courtois gets rested, Alaba at least will be there as defensive cover to get that clean sheet points for me. And also number 3 is recovery points. Skriniar, I have him in there instead of Dumfries because Skriniar has already scored 2 goals so far this season. He's already scored two goals so far this season. Shakhtar, the team he's playing, conceded 2 goals from headers in match day 1. Yep, against Sheriff. Munier is there as Dortmund cover. As you can see, one of my guys commenting in the chat has defensive cover in terms of Corbell as their goalkeeper. So I had Munier in because of the way he bombs forward, man. Every Belgium goal I see is the one who usually assists Lukaku. I have Mahrez in because he rested over the weekend. I also have him in because he scored home and away against PSG last season. And I also have him in because he's on penalties. That's the reason I have Mahrez there. I have Mane in because he did not play in match day 1. I could easily have Salah in because he's on penalties, but Salah has not been rested so far this season. And I'm really, really, I know it's really careless to go without Salah, but I have a feeling something is telling me this could be Salah's week to be rested. They are playing Manchester City over the weekend, and I do not want to waste my Limitless chip. I have Asensio there because I'm a scared guy, and I do not want to go without Real Madrid attacking cover. And I cannot put myself up. I cannot convince myself to take out Ronaldo or Ale for Benzema. Again, Benzema is very risky. He could also be rested this week for Jovic. Bellingham is there because he had a magnificent match day one, and also Royce is not there, and also Haaland is a doubt for the fixture. Lewandowski is Lewandowski. That's why I have him in my team. Ronaldo against Villarreal, he should be on penalties now that Bruno Fernandes missed. And Haller is the captain because he's playing in the first game. I really like him a lot. Scored 4 goals in match day one. Remember, you also get extra points if you get the player of the match, basically. So that's how my team is looking. I have Gosens on the bench. Gosens has scored the most goals of any defender, more than Ramos, more than Telles, more than any defender the last 2 years. He's playing young boys at home. If he keeps the clean sheet and gets an assist or something, he even scored in match day one against Villarreal, I'm happy to have him there. Gnabry is also in my team. Gnabry did not start for Bayern Munich over the weekend. He should start today. I could have Sane, obviously, but I'm just going to go for Gnabry. Kimmich is also going to be in my team. These players are on the bench because I can sub them off after today. I can just bring them on tomorrow because they're playing tomorrow. If any of those players in the team that do not perform, let's say Mahrez does not perform, I could just bring in Gnabry. Skriniar, if he doesn't perform, I could just bring in Gosens. So that's how my limitless team is looking like. Last minute decisions, I've brought in Asensio from Nkunku. I think I'm happy to go without Leipzig cover, and I'm happy going without Real Madrid cover. So that is how my team is looking like. I took out Haller for Anthony and Haaland for Vinicius. Anthony did very well as well. I mean, we're all concentrating on Haller, but Anthony did well as well. I think he's also 7 million. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's 7 million. I think it's okay to have him as Ajax cover. Haaland for Vinicius. I actually think those are good subs. They are good subs because obviously Haaland is injured. If Haaland was fit, then they would be very terrible subs. But Haaland, Haller to Anthony, Vinicius. I think that's okay. I think Haller could match. Anthony could match Haller's goal tally or points tally for today, and Haaland for Vinicius. Listen, I don't know. Let me know who else you have on your bench, Daniel, because I really feel like I know there's potential that Real Madrid could score 7 goals against them. I know they scored 6 against Mallorca, but there's a high possibility that Alaba in my team could be rested. There's a high possibility that Benzema could be rested. So just make sure you have a good bench. They could just go for Jovic, Hazard, and Rodrigo up front. That could be their front three very easily. When you said Mane over Salah, I feel like I should swap Salah. I mean, I think this is really a personal decision. So I've told you both of them have advantage. Salah is on penalties. Salah scores more goals than Mane, but Salah has not rested so far this season. Liverpool are playing Manchester City over the weekend. Could this be Salah's time to be rested? Firmino is back. Jota is playing well. He could go for Firmino, Mane, and Jota up front. Mane, their disadvantage are he doesn't take the penalties. He rested though in match day one. He did not start match day one against AC Milan, so I don't think he'd be very frustrated if he doesn't start both match days. So to be fair, I really do think Salah is the better option. But for me, I'm just taking the risk. I think Mane is good. He also scored the last time they played against FC Porto. So listen, I'm going to go for it. I think Mane will score more points than Salah this match day. I have Gosens, how do you say that name? Resilon, and Vinicius. That's a good bench. But Vinicius is playing today though, so I'd have Vinicius in my team. I think I'd have Vinicius in my team, and then have you joined the league? Are you in my league? Let me know if you're in my league, Daniel, so I can just check for you. I think having Vinicius in your team I think you should have him in your team, and then the player who's playing tomorrow, have him on your bench. If Vinicius doesn't play or gets you 1 point or 2 points, just sub him off. Obviously, you're allowed to make subs to your team even after day one. You can bring in players from your bench before tomorrow's deadline. So yeah, a quick look at my team again. Haller, Ronaldo, Lewandowski. I think I'm happy with this. I don't think I'm missing. I don't think I'm missing anyone. Awesome. And I can even take a quick look at how the standings are. Let me take a look at leagues. Almost 100 members. I think you'll be the 100 member to join, by the way. Congratulations. So the number one guy in my league is called I don't like saying in my league, in everything football's league. Yeah. Vanch is number 2 with 87 points. We have Mr. Messi. Wow, we have Messi in our league. You've joined the league. Okay. So where I am right now is I'm on 42nd. 42nd is not bad out of 100. 42nd is not bad. 60 points from match day 1. Let's see. Lord Morose. Let's see. Lord Morose. I'm so happy I didn't have to load so many rows to find my team. Let's see. Okay, I'll have to refresh this. So let me just quickly refresh that so that you can come up since you just joined. How many ball FC? Okay, we have like 50 minutes before the deadline. 50 minutes. Thank you for everyone who has joined so far. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to join the league in case you haven't yet. I'm gonna have to load these rows again. Let's see. Yeah, anyone else who wants me to check their team, just join the fully team to check your team if you're a new member. Ball FC. There you are. There you are. Does it accept? Doesn't actually accept, man. I'm so unfortunate, man. It doesn't accept Daniel. It doesn't accept you to click until after the match day, after you've actually permanently joined. Officially joined. It doesn't even accept. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't actually accept me to click on your team. But it's okay though. I think for me, I think Mane will score more points than Salah, if that is your question. And I'm happy with your striking and I'm happy with your defense. So I'd be happy to go with that. I'd definitely be happy to go with that. So a quick look at my team again. Yeah, it doesn't accept, unfortunate. I think you have to be like in the league. But listen, like I'll be live every single deadline and everything. So in the future, I'll be checking how everyone's team looks like. I think I'm happy with my team. I think I'm actually happy with my team. I think I should be happy with my team now. I think I'm going to go with that. I think that team is good enough as a limitless team. Fixtures again. Let me do quick predictions on the fixtures. If it could help any of you guys. I'm going to go for Inter Milan to beat Shakhtar 2-1. Ajax to beat Besiktas 3-0. City and PSG to draw 2-2. Leipzig to beat Club Brugge 3-1. AC Milan Atletico Madrid to draw 1-1. FC Porto 1, Liverpool 2. Real Madrid 5, Sheriff 0. Dortmund 3, Sporting 1. Atalanta 3, Young Boys 0. I'm going to go for Zenit 0, Malmo 0. I'm going to go for Salzburg to beat Lille 1-0. If they get those penalties they got in match day 1. Wolfsburg, Sevilla 1-1. United to beat Villarreal 2-1. Barcelona to beat Benfica 2-1. Juventus and Chelsea to draw 1-1. I don't know where the Juventus goal is going to come from. Bayern Munich to beat Dynamo KIEV 4-0. So it is so bad for Juventus that I saw Bonucci was taking their penalty the other day. That's how bad it is. Why not any Chelsea defenders? Because Alonso, Chilwell could be brought in. It's a 50-50 decision on the left side. I really do not know who's going to start. On the right side, Reece James and Azpilicueta. Reece James is injured. Azpilicueta could start. They could also give him a rest. They could give Hudson-Odoi a run out at the right wing back position. And also, I'm not going to go for them because Alonso could be rested and James is out. I think they'll concede a goal. I know Juventus don't have Diabala and Morata, but I still think they're going to score a goal. I really do prefer going for Alaba against Sheriff and Mooney against Sporting instead of Rudiger against Juventus. Rudiger is a good option, but I think Juventus will get a goal. I think Juventus will get a goal. Although if you're playing Fantasy Premier League, I think you need a Chelsea defender though. From match day 3, you have to have a Chelsea defender. I have Reece James. I'm going to bring in Rudiger for match day 3 as well. So in the future, you could have those teams. So to answer these questions quickly, let's see. Opinion on Benzema. I'd have Benzema in, but I'm really not sure if he's going to start. So if you have a good bench, you could start him. What formation is best for Limitless? 3-4-3. Should I take a risk and choose Benzema? If you're feeling risky, you can. If you're playing a chip, you can. But if it's a sub, I think you can get a couple of better players there like Lewandowski. What is your bench? My bench is Gosens, Gnabry, Kimmich, and ter Stegen. Do you think Mahrez is a good pick? I think there are a couple of better picks there, but I think he's a good pick because he has a good record against PSG. He's on penalties and he rested over the weekend. Halle is starting. Yep, Halle is starting. Why is Skriniar over Dumfries? Potential to get some points for recoveries, and he's already scored 2 goals so far this season. So that is how my team is looking like. Let me shout out to you guys. Hopefully you guys have subscribed, hoping to get to let's get to 300 subs fast and then 1,000 soon so that I can be sharing more on the community tab. So that is my Limitless chip as it stands. My Limitless chip. Let's see. A couple of subscribers during the stream, so I appreciate it. FPL, fantasy, any fantasy league, very, very amazing. So we only have like 10 minutes to the deadline, so I'll end it in the next 2 minutes. Any final questions you have, send in any final questions you have. I'll end it at exactly 35 past, 10 minutes before the deadline so that we can have time to change our teams. Any questions you have, send it in. I'm playing my Limitless chip, and that is my team on screen. That is officially, wait, before I say officially, are there any other midfielders I could bring in? Shakhtar, Inter Milan, Ajax, Besiktas, Leipzig, Club Brugge, Real Madrid, Sheriff, Liverpool, Porto, PSG, Man City, Dortmund, Sporting, Milan, Atletico Madrid, Atalanta, Young Boys, Zenit, Malmo, Salzburg, Lille, Wolfsburg, Sevilla, Benfica, Barcelona, Man U, Villarreal. Now I'm happy. I'm happy with that. I think I'm happy with that team. I think I'm definitely happy with that team. That is the team I would go for. That is the team I would go for sure. I'm not going to change anything. That is my final team. That will definitely be my final team. Hopefully, big performances from Bellingham. Hopefully, big performances from Halle. Hopefully, a big performance from Lewandowski. Hopefully, a big performance from who else? Cristiano Ronaldo. Kimmich, obviously, hopefully a big performance from him as well. Hopefully, a big performance from Gosens tomorrow. Hopefully, a big performance, obviously, from Ronaldo as well. Hopefully, big performances from those players. I do not want anything less than 75 points on my Limitless chip. So that is my final team. If Courtois doesn't start, ter Stegen will come in and Alaba will be my defensive cover. I don't think they'll rest Courtois and still rest Alaba. I don't think they'll rest that many defenders. I still think they need to pick up a couple of wins to guarantee progression to the next round. Asensi is in there as a differential, really. I don't know how many people own him. Let's check. Selected by 0%. Asensi is a major differential. Asensi is a major differential, man. Major differential. So that is how my final team is looking like. That is how my final team is looking like. Limitless chip is active. I've given my predictions for the game week as well, for the match week. Happy with that team, nothing to be changed. Fixture starting in the next 9 minutes, so make sure to enjoy the game, everyone. Any last minute questions before I end it, make sure to send it through. If you have any last minute questions, make sure to send it through. been a good stream and good deadline stream. I always have every single fantasy update, Premier League fantasy, Champions League fantasy. I even have videos that can help you for match day 3, match day 4 already. Best defenders, best goalkeepers to pick, best midfielders, best strikers to pick. I have one for best budget options. I have one for how to use your wildcard, when to use your limitless chip already. I also have one for team selection already, captain picks for this week. Speaking of captaincy picks, let me do that as my final topic. I think LILLE is the best option, not the best option, is the second best option today. I think Benzema is the best option for today. If you're feeling brave, if you have good backup on the bench, you could go even for Alaba, you could go for Skriniar. That is if you're feeling brave. If you have someone good on the bench who could cover tomorrow if it doesn't work out. But Benzema and LILLE would be my choice, maybe even Antony from Ajax, Lautaro Martinez as well from Inter Milan, and then tomorrow, obviously, the likes of Lewandowski. I am not even going to change my mind. Lewandowski is the last one. Lewandowski is the last one you could have, basically. So, yeah. Yeah, let's prepare for the game week. Let's prepare for the match week. Make sure to smash the like button. I'll really appreciate it. Make sure to be joining me in every other stream. And yeah, 5 minutes to the deadline. 5 minutes to the deadline. One more time, my limitless chip team: Courtois in goal, Ter Stegen as the backup goalkeeper. My 5 defenders are Alaba of Real Madrid, Skriniar of Inter Milan, Meunier of Dortmund, Gosens of Atalanta, Kimmich of Bayern Munich. 5 midfielders are Mahrez of Man City, Mane of Liverpool, Asensio of Real Madrid, Bellingham of Dortmund, and also who's in my bench? Who the hell is in my bench? Gnabry of Bayern Munich. And up front, I have Ronaldo of Manchester United, Lewandowski of Bayern Munich, and LILLE of Ajax. That is my final team. Hi, where am I? If you're just joining, you can send in any questions before I end it. Also join my league. Before the match week starts. We only have like 7 minutes. There is the code. I can also put the code again. For you guys to join. Any questions you have, there is the league code. Make sure to join. Let me see. You guys have voted. I think you guys have also voted in the poll. Let me see what the results are. Let me pin this one for you guys to join the league. Has the message disappeared? Let me see. Scroll up. Can I pin it from StreamYard? You cannot pin the message from StreamYard. So yeah, let me put for you the link. Make sure to join the league so that we can compete. That is my final limitless team. That is my final limitless team. You only get one chance to use the limitless chip. The next time I'll be able to use my limitless chip is all the way next season. So let's see. No more changes for my team. That is how my team will look like for match day 2. I think we've gotten 200 members in the league. Let me put that on right now. If you haven't joined the league, make sure to join. Yep, that's the league. You can make sure to join it before the deadline. Pinned message. So that is my final team. I think we can end it there. Always be joining me, guys. I'll be always live for the deadlines and stuff. Always make sure to join to ask any questions you have. So yeah, that is my final team. That's the league code pinned. Make sure to join 83UVQC0A0. 09. That is the final Limitless chip team. Why don't you have Nkunku? I had Nkunku, but I've had to remove him because I really wanted Real Madrid cover, and I've had to bring in Asensio. That is why I don't have Nkunku. I know they're playing Club Brugge. I really know that. I'm really, really afraid of actually going without him, but I cannot fit in Benzema in my team. I cannot fit in Vinicius in my team. I need someone from Real Madrid's midfield. I brought in Asensio. Hopefully he starts though. So that's why I don't have Nkunku in my team. That is why I don't have Nkunku in my team. I had him until 30 minutes ago, and I do not see anywhere else. I cannot take out Mahrez because he's on penalties. I'm going to keep Mane as well against FC Porto. And I don't want to take out Gnabry. I want 3 Bayern Munich midfielders. So I'm happy with that team. I'm happy with that team. Yep. That is why, man. So everyone, thank you for watching. YMI, Daniel for tuning in. I appreciate it. Sally, Haru, RK, Relaxing Central, HBY, Gorgie, everyone else who joined, really appreciate it. That's how my team is looking like. The teams have just come into the stadium. Let's see if it works out. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to smash the like button. As the channel grows, I'll be doing live watch-alongs for the assets and all that. So thank you for watching. Keep staying safe. I think it's time to end it, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.